Hello everybody, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a tutorial and it's actually been a hot minute since I've done one. I get like on the tutorial train and then I get right off it. But whenever we get a new line launch, I get very excited. And if you caught my What's New at Integrity Botanicals video, that means that you did know that Rituel De Fille is now new on the website. A brand I've had my eye on forever and I am so excited it's finally here. Today I'm going to be using almost one of everything from the line. I've got a cream pigment, an ash and ember eye soot. I also am wearing one of their illuminators as well. You can see my nose is very blingy. And I just kind of wanted to show these products to you guys in action because they have a very, very unique shade range, as you will learn as I come to share the line with you. But I wanted to do something very wearable, very summery. This is something I would wear on an everyday basis. We got a matchy-matchy cheek and lip, which I love. A one and done eyeshadow look outside of the inner corner highlight. And it's just easy, fresh, fun and wearable, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. And if you want to see some Rituel De Fille products in action, along with some old favorites to give this luminous, warm summer look, then please keep watching. All right, so we're starting with foundation and I'm doing the old classic. I mean, it needs no introduction really. This is the Kjaer Weis Cream Foundation. I'm using my usual Delium Tools 948, I believe this is the large flat one. Any one you got will work. You can use this to fully blend out the product, but what I'm really doing here is kind of laying it on, and I'll lay it on a little bit thicker in the center of my face before I go in with my Hint Beauty Flawless Complexion Sponge, I believe it's called, and I'm sort of pulling the product and also pressing it into the skin because I want it to give a very natural look, but I do still want it to cover the areas I want to cover, and I do work with this in layers. So if you apply some, you find you need some more, go in with some more. Then I'm going in with the Fit Glow Beauty Conceal Plus. I'm using the shade C3. This is kind of like my perfect shade. I found that a little redness peeking through around the nose, chin, and just above my eyebrows, so I'm applying it there, as well as the usual under eyes, and I do have a little spot. This is good for all of that. So I'm going to use the same sponge. I really like how this blends in the product. I think it's nice and easy. I think it gives the most natural finish, especially underneath the eyes, and that is something that is very important to me before I go into powder. And on this time, I'm using the 100% pure bamboo blur powder with the Delium Tools 942 brush. Nice little angled brush, good for getting underneath the eyes, around the nose, etc. Then I'm going in with my Delium Tools 964 brush. It's good for blush, bronzer, all of that. And I'm using the Air Perez blush bronzer in Roma. Guys, I can't shake this stuff. It's kind of my favorite. The color always looks good. It's not too light. It's not too dark. It just works on my skin tone really perfectly for giving me some warmth, but not overly dramatic. Then I'm going in with the Rituel De Fille highlight. This is in Anthelian, and Anthelian has this really cool shift to it. All of the highlights do. This one is almost like a goldeny, pinkish red, but you can see it's predominantly champagne. That's definitely how it's pulling up on my skin, especially on my nose and Cupid's bow, but I did also take it across the cheeks. Then I'm going with one of their cream pigments, and I am in love with these guys. This shade here is Delirium, and it looks super scary, kind of is, and that's why you're going to use an incredibly light hand. This is absolutely 150% one of the products that you want to build up rather than put on a ton and blend it away. So I am just doing a little bit of a blending motion here. I am just very lightly applying, making sure to just work with one cheek at a time because I don't want the color to set at all. These are a cream texture, but they're not overly creamy, so you don't have a ton of time to work with them. Then just to soften any edges, I'm just taking my sponge that has that some foundation on it and softening the edges before I move on to the eyes, but I did of course do the other cheek, and I did also take a little bit across my nose. Quickly, I'm going in with the Alima Pure Brow Pencil in Raven. You guys know I love these pencils. I've reviewed them. I'll link it down below. This shade is really great for just adding a little bit of definition because I am going to go in with some brow gel as well, but when my eyebrows start to grow out, they lose their shape a little bit. So I do need to be a little bit more detail oriented. And like I said, I've done a full video on this, so I'll link it down below, but here I'm just brushing some color through lightly and combing it through with a spoolie. Then I'm going in with the 100% pure green tea fiber little brow product. I use the darker shade, and I just really like this for filling in the front of the brows so it doesn't look overly harsh. Then I am misting the face with the Max and Me, the Intuitive Mist. I am crazy about this mist, you guys. I think it is so great. And it really allows for the product to sort of melt in and look even more skin-like. For eyes, we're going in with Love Spell. This is one of the Ash and Ember eye soots from Rituel De Fille. And I am taking the Gressa Cream Shadow Brush. I do have the older packaging one, so it will look different. But it is that brush. And you can see I'm mostly concentrating this color at the root of the lash. And then I'm going to take my Delium Tool 785 and blend it upwards. Now I am going to work this in layers because I do want it to be a little bit more consistent. I don't want it to be too light in the crease there, but you can see the way these blend out is so nice because it gives you that definition automatically. Has that little bit of sort of reflect to it, so it adds a little bit of interest. But always with these, I like working in layers, and this is sort of a one and done eyeshadow look. It's really easy, but I am taking the time to make it look like it is just more than one shadow. So it's a lot of back and forth action, getting the depth at the root and making sure that it is soft and seamless in the crease and up into the brow. Then I'm going in with my Antonym liner. This is the brown. Feel free to use black if you want to kick it up a notch, but this again is just super easy. I'm applying this just on the end half of my eye, and I like to pull it in a slightly upward motion, so we're not doing quite a cat flick, but we are definitely in that direction. Then I'm going to curl my lashes. I just want to make sure it's all about the eyes here, so I'm just using my Plume lash curler, you know, holding it down, pumping it until I get that nice curl. And then of course we are using the Fit Glow mascara. I mean, what else would I possibly use? You guys know me better than that. So I'm just applying this relatively heavily, but just making sure I have a nice defined lash going on top and bottom. Then I did want to open up the eyes a little bit. I didn't want it to be too harsh. So I'm using the Kier Weiss eye pencil. This is in the shade Bright. Then I'm going back in with Anthelion, that's the cream highlight, and I just want to use this as a base for my inner corner because I am going to put a gold shade here in just a second. This is going to, one, allow the shade to stay for a much longer period of time, as well as just intensify the color. So I'm going in with Sappho Manaz. This is a much more true golden color than the base I have put down below, but it looks so good together. This is the shade Manaz, and I am in love with it. Then for lips, I am first lining with the shade Pink Brandy, and I'm not doing anything too harsh. I kind of want this to just kind of blend in. I'm just about to dab the cream pigment onto my lips, and I don't want it to look too messy. I want there to be a little bit more definition, and this color is nice because it's more pinky than the tone we're going to go in with, so it'll just kind of add a little bit of contrast but still definition. Then I'm going back in with that cream pigment in Delirium, and I'm just going to press that into the lips, softly building up the color, but I don't want it to be too dark because I like that sort of matchy look with the cheeks and the lips. Alright you guys, that's it. This is my completed makeup look using Rituel De Fille, and of course a bunch of other usual suspects, a lot of fan favorites that I paired with this look because I really wanted to show off the new product for you guys. I love how easy it is, yet the colors are different. I just really think it is such a good mix of having a little bit of fun, but this is totally a way that you can use it very wearable and very regularly. So I wanted to start here. I definitely need to do a little bit more of a wild look with Rituel De Fille. They just have such an amazing shade range and unique formulation that it definitely lends itself to that as well. But I wanted to make it a little bit less intimidating, show you something that's really perfect for the season. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. I do upload videos here twice weekly, and I don't want you guys to miss it. Every single product that I used, Rituel De Fille and beyond, is going to be in that description box down below. And my next video is going to be a review and swatch of the Ash and Ember eye soots, which I have used here today. They have so many great colors, you guys. You are not going to want to miss that one. So make sure to follow us on social media. We post when videos go live and a bunch of other great stuff in the meantime. But until next time, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!